Welcome to our rapper pyramid of greatness. You guys have probably seen this done for basketball players, football players, and a lot in the sports world, but we decided to bring this into the hip-hop world.
Yes, we did.
And let us know in the comments before we get things kicked off, who would be at the top of your hip-hop pyramid. Maybe it's one rapper, maybe it's two or three. Let us know in the comments. And this is going to be different, and just because we've done our top 50 rappers of all time list in the past, but now we're not really stuck to like placing a rapper one after the other in a certain placeholder.
Very
now,
true.
if we feel like two rappers are really on the same level and there's not much separating them, they could just be on the same tier.
That's very true. And the way that we structured this, if you guys want to pay attention to the overlay, there's 5 different sections. You have tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 having the most spots, the bottom of the pyramid with 9. After that, tier 4 has 8 spots. Then you look at tier 3, there's going to be 6 slots. Tier 2 has 5. And then after that, tier 1 has 3. But disclaimer, if Lou and I feel like maybe there's only 2 rappers that fit on the tier 1 slot, then that's what it's going to be.
Or maybe just one.
Maybe just one. We'll have to see, guys. But listen, smash the like button if you're excited about this concept, and let me know who deserves to be in which tier. And starting off with that, Lou, how are you looking at this pyramid for today's episode?
That's what I was going to say, is that like when I think about like pyramids, I factor in maybe a little bit more than what I think about when it's just like naming the best rapper of all time.
Very true.
I feel like maybe this factors in a little closer. Obviously, artistry is going to be the main focus, but also success. Like I feel like the greatest rappers ever are measured by not only the skill and the musical output, but also the cultural impact and the dominance. And I feel like when you have the title of being top of the pyramid, there needs to be some sort of success and dominance attached to that. Do you agree?
I agree. I absolutely agree. I also think it's interesting because I'm going to go by echelon, right? Like also skill set's huge in this. Who's the best MC? Like that's another conversation. Like we're doing this for GOAT rappers. So let's get into this. Is there any rappers you want to start with? Do you see maybe some placements that you like here? Do you want to start from the top and work yourself down? Or do you want to go from the bottom and work ourselves up?
I feel like it's going to build more anticipation bottom to top, don't you think?
I guess so.
It might be. I know it's going to be easier to structure, like starting off top to bottom, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like when I'd rather build a suspense up.
And by the way, these are like the greatest rappers of all time, even if in their tier 5. Don't fucking bust my balls in the comment section. It's just a pyramid, okay?
They're all legends.
They're all legends.
If you guys disagree with placements, let us know. Someone that I feel like should be here around this tier. I don't know how high you had him in your all-time list, but Jadakiss for me came out the gate as one of the most convincing voices in rap, with the locks, the raspy voice, the grit. Even him just putting himself back in the conversation after that Dipset versus
the battle against 50 Cent as well,
Yeah.
representing for New York, and a scene that
Sorry, keep
go
going.
ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was going to say, I just feel like he's missing the classic album.
But also like solo catalog kind
That's
of thing
it.
as well. So maybe if that was developed over time, like it could have gone up. But one of the best voices in hip hop, like period, bro. Like iconic rapper. I think tier 5 is a good spot.
Okay, so Jadakiss is locked in as the first. Bang.
Jadakiss is going to be locked in. Okay, so that leaves us with 8 spots right now for tier 5.
Yeah.
Another rapper that I feel like could be put into this tier is Lupe Fiasco. I know that we had him around our 25 to 30 range, if I'm not mistaken, but you want to talk about classic albums, Food and Liquor, he has them. Top tier lyricists, top tier concept records. And to be quite honest with you, like when I'm going to look at this pyramid, he's probably one of the sharpest MCs out of everyone. So I don't know what you want to do with this. Did he miss like the commercial dominance to be able to have him maybe in the higher echelons? Like, where do you want to go with Lupe?
I think it's just going to depend on like who's next to him, right? Because like there's certain guys that I'm looking at that maybe belong in tier 4, and I'm like, okay, if these guys go in tier 4, I don't know if Lupe could be behind them. You know what I mean?
But I'm looking at a Jadakiss pick, and I'm like, that's actually perfect for Lupe's standard.
It is, but it's like, who else is this going to be filled up with? Because let's say tier 4 has a rapper like J.O.A.T, for example.
Okay, how about this? How about we do this? Let's stop with the hypotheticals of the tier 4, tier 3. If we do feel like we need to maybe place someone up or down, we'll do it. How about that? We'll place Lupe Fiasco at the tier 5 spot. So that leaves us with 7 more spots now.
That's good. That's good.
Who's another rapper you're considering?
Another rapper that I want to do for tier 5. A lot of people would argue he should be higher. I think Big Boy. I think Big Boy obviously being, one half of the greatest duo arguably of all time with Outkast. And I think that obviously there's always the argument of him not getting as much shine as Andre. I feel like it's just because he's more of like that traditional rapper, whereas Andre's eclectic style always made him maybe a bit more original in voice, but Big Boy's still an excellent rapper. Solo career is pretty good too. I feel like this is the range.
I feel like this is a good range for him, and as you said, he's contributed so much to the genre, and I feel like people do underrate him and sleep on him when it comes down to it. Okay, another conversation starter is Drake. I feel like we should have a conversation about Drake. Do you want to do tier 5 or tier 4 with him? Do you think it's too early, or
some people would say tier 1. Some people would say that he said it himself on his 100 feature, right? Top of the pyramid. Listen, I don't think he's top of the pyramid. And I think that, again, if this was just based on dominance and success and the most powerful rappers ever, sure. But he's definitely tier 4 or 5. I was thinking more tier 4.
Yeah, okay, let's save him for the conversation.
Pusha T, I think, is maybe someone that can come in here.
Yes, sir.
Might be a hot take that I'd have him under Drake, but that is what it is. He's someone that can convince me to buy tap water. That's how convincing his delivery is.
Yeah, he'll sell you on the tap water.
He'll sell me on the fucking tap water. He'll
He could
do
sell
it.
snow to a snowman, as the greats would say.
Coachella is in motion.
But regardless, though, legendary MC, incredible solo albums. The Clips resurgence in 2025 not only proves the longevity of the sound that they were curating back in the early 2000s, but the impact is undeniable, bro. These records are selling right now, and to me, that's fucking crazy, bro. Like, these guys are hitting a second prime, and they're getting into, like, their 50s, bro. It's a whole different conversation.
And I think Malice as a rapper is on the same level as Push. It's just that he doesn't have that solo catalog to really back it. I think that's what's going to stop him from coming into the pyramid for me.
But what about someone like Freddie Gibbs then? Okay, let's have a conversation about Freddie Gibbs at this point in time, especially on his solo collaboration albums.
Yeah.
With a different producer. You look at, Piñata, you look at Bandana, the 2 installments of the Alfredo series. He might have some of the best output out of everyone on this fucking pyramid. So I think tier 5 needs to be a lock for Freddie Gibbs.
I mean, listen, I didn't even have him in my top 50 rappers of all time list, but now it's a different story. After another astounding album with Alfredo 2, he would make that list, and he should be in this fucking pyramid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw him in. Someone else who, again, I don't know if you're going to want to place him higher. This is the range that I was looking at. Q-Tip. I feel like Q-Tip deserves to be around this area.
Are we considering also his contributions as a producer or solely as an MC? Because you could also say that he crafted the sounds of those Tribe projects, and they're some of the most important soundscapes that hip-hop has ever gotten.
It's a Rapper G.O.A.T pyramid, though. Listen, and I love his smooth, jazzy-infused delivery. I feel like he just slid over every drum pattern, every bass line with ease. He perfected jazz rap. One of the most soothing voices to listen to. But
we could do Q-Tip here, but if that's
I just feel like his solo catalog and dominance never reached the heights of the other all-time GOATs. Not that it needed to. He already did it with Tribe.
No. He's one of the most influential artists of all time in this genre. But if we're putting Q-Tip here, then that's where Common's going to have to come in for me. I feel like you could put Common into the tier 5 selection.
I have Common as a tier above, bro. I'll be honest with you.
You think so? Why? Is it the solo catalog?
It's the solo catalog, but fuck the solo catalog. I mean,
as an MC, he's definitely...
I just feel like as an MC, he's just a stronger rapper.
That's true. So
I
now
really
do we consider a Mos Def, though?
Mos Def.
Because that's another conversation start here, because now you could see Mos Def on the same level as a Common, though.
I think Mos Def is here.
You think Mos Def would go into the tier 5?
I mean, yes. I think skill-wise, Mos Def is arguably better than both of those guys. It's just that, to me, Mos Def doesn't have the classic albums that Common does. He has Like Water for Chocolate. He has B. He has fucking Renaissance.
Yeah, but bro, you have Black Star. You have Black on both sides, bro. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah, but still, like, it's still 2
classic. 2 incredible albums, like, unbelievable albums. But to me, Common is a notch above.
Yeah, okay, listen, you know what? They're not far off from me, but I could definitely see this happening. Let's talk about Rakim, someone that's obviously a grandfather in this genre, but he inspired everyone's fucking flow, you know? It's not a rapper that I'm going back to all that often when it comes to, just his catalog. Like, I think he does have good projects, but for the most part, my listenership is elsewhere. But we could have the conversation about a tier 4 with him.
Tier 4 is interesting for him, yeah. I don't know. It's tough to say. I feel like he definitely... He definitely deserves to be around this range. Okay, let's say tier 5 for now. We can always move
Actually, you know what, bro? I think we probably fill up because we have 2 spots left for tier 5, right? Yeah. I would put LL Cool J here instead.
I put LL?
Yeah, I think you put LL Cool J here instead.
That's fine.
Obviously, if the catalog was a lot more consistent and he didn't go as pop as he did, could have probably been higher, but Hey, listen, he's a founding father, so you got to put him in this.
Other people I'm looking at, there's the chef, there's Raekwon.
I want to wait a bit for the Wu members.
Okay.
I want to wait a bit for the Wu
Guru?
members because
Guru, someone else. Guru of Gangstar is someone else I'm looking at.
you want to fill Guru up with
There's
like
also
the last
there's
one?
also Lauryn Hill, who I mean, again, had
No,
a
we gotta
dominant
wait.
stretch, but
we gotta wait. Bro, I had her at like my number 12 position on my all-time list. She's one of the most influential artists of all time, bro.
I know,
And her
but
versatility is
for
incredible.
a pyramid
Top tier
list,
MC.
I know, but for a pyramid list of greatness, like
No, you gotta wait for Lauren.
I don't
At
know.
least one more tier, bro. There's no way. But listen, we got one last place. I'll let you do the honors. Who do you want to put here?
one last place for this list. Wow. I think Prodigy. I don't know if Prodigy's gonna make it when we look at these other higher tiers, and he's someone that needs to be somewhere on this pyramid.
That's
so
very true.
let's slot him in for now.
Yeah, let's put
just to
Prodigy
be
here.
safe, bro.
Legend. Okay, so listen, guys, that's gonna conclude tier 5. Let's go on to the next tier of the pyramid. So here we have 8 spots available. We're gonna start filling them up, and then we could play around with some placements. We said Drake could probably be a lock here. Is that something that we're still looking at?
For sure. I think he definitely is a lock there. And I think that it's because of just the complacency and maybe a bit of loss of passion in this 2020s decade. Music's kind of gotten a bit formulaic. If not, he could have been higher on this pyramid to me.
That's
but
very true. So
I'm
then
still-
now if you have Drake here, you put Cole here because both of our lists had like Drake and Cole or Cole and
Yeah.
Drake. Like they were really on the same level
For
as far as
sure.
our opinion goes. So we're putting Cole
Putting
here.
Cole. Let's put
Okay,
Cole.
let's put Cole here. All right, let's keep going on with this. Tier 4, you said you wanted Common here.
I want Common on this level.
I think
for sure,
we
bro.
could definitely place him here, right? Okay, beautiful. So let me ask you this now, though. We already have 3 slots that are taken up for tier 4. You look at tier 5. Is there any substitutes you want to
Oh,
do?
fuck
do you want,
yeah. Bro, Lupe does not belong in that tier to me.
Does
He
not?
has a top 10 discography of all time
Beautiful.
to me. He's a better rapper than everyone who's in tier 4 up to this point.
You could also argue Lupe maybe tier 3 low key.
You
but-
could. For now, let's put him in that tier 4, and as we keep coming up with tier 4 options, we'll fill in that tier 5 slot.
Okay, so far, guys, we even have a tier 5 option open at this moment in time. Maybe we'll use it, maybe we won't. We'll see what happens with it. Any other conversation starters, Lou?
Tier 4, bro, someone that had a fucking monstrous voice and a monstrous peak. DMX.
Yes.
Let's put DMX in the conversation. He was unstoppable in the late 90s. The raw energy, the impressive pen, songs like Damien that showed a different side of him. I mean, historic peak.
If this is the case, then we want to talk about peaks. Are we having a conversation about 50 Cent at this point? Because when 50 enters the conversation, again, another rapper that was in our top 50 list, arguably one of the craziest peaks that a rapper has ever touched, classics to his name, commercial success, iconic features, and he's also a pioneer in the mixtape game. So is he someone that maybe looks really good at that tier 5 slot? Could we put him there?
I don't know, over someone like a Scarface. I'm looking at a Scarface.
Yeah, I would.
who
No,
ranked
for sure.
Top
Absolutely.
20 for me, I believe.
Even with the diary and shit, like I still take Get Rich or Die Trying over me, and obviously like the influence, the pioneer, the mixtape game. Like for me, I would personally, I would pick
Taking 50 over Scarface.
I can't remember my rankings, but yeah, if I had to
Damn,
really
bro.
do
Even
this,
looking at what Scarface did with Ghetto Boys, bro, just like the raw street talk mixed in with the emotional,
but like
reflective
you could,
angle.
but you know
like,
what? Hold on a second. We could low key put Scarface in tier 4, and I wouldn't feel bad about it.
okay.
How would you feel about
Well,
that?
that's what I was talking about, was tier 4. What were
Okay,
you talking
I was
about?
talking about putting 50 in tier 5
Oh, okay,
for the last
yeah,
placement.
okay,
That's fine.
sure.
Yeah,
that's
we could.
cool.
Okay, hold on. So let's do these moves officially. I'm putting 50 Cent
Yeah, in tier 5. Okay,
tier
okay.
5, and then after that, we're gonna be putting Scarface.
In tier 4.
There we go.
Okay, who else are you looking at now? Looking at tier 4, the spots are limited. 2 spots left for this 4th tier. Which rappers are around this range to you?
Man, this is a great question, bro. Honestly, it's hard to say because there's a lot of rappers in my top 50 that I could take into consideration here. This is where I think you could maybe start slotting a couple of Wu members, like looking at a Raekwon. Like, do you put Raekwon on this level, or do you put him into the tier 3 at that point? Because I think, listen, Method Man and GFK are going to be locks for tier 3.
I don't even know if I don't know, bro. The spots are so limited at this point. I don't even know. Someone that I had around this range was Lil Wayne. To me, he's around that same level.
That's
Around
a
that
top
same
10
level
rapper of all
Lil
time,
Drake.
bro. You almost cracked
Not-
your top 10.
He's not in my top 10 though.
Yeah, but he almost cracked your top 10. Come on,
Someone
bro.
else that I think needs to be above Raekwon is Chuck D. Just one of the most powerful rap voices of all time. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, that's an old fucking old head take, but again, you would not have the political conscious hip hop that you'd had
We
with.
could put Chuck D there.
I think Chuck D needs to be there, but
So then, listen, if we're putting Chuck D there, then I think we have to put Raekwon at the last slot for tier 4. I think Raekwon deserves a spot here. We need to include those 3 Wu members. And I always
tough.
thought that it went GFK, Method Man tied, and then after that there was Raekwon. Come on, bro. We have to put Ray here.
How are you gonna put?
Okay, so then who would you-
I can't put Meth over Ray when Ray has the better solo album. I can't do that. I can't.
As
do
an
that.
MC though, who's sharper as an MC overall?
They're,
You'd probably
they're
go
not
Method
that
Man,
far
bro.
off though.
Yeah, but he's still over.
Skill wise, they're not that far off.
Okay, so then no problem. Let's look at the rest of our list here. Different rappers that we have. Who are we considering, Lou?
Who else are we looking at? I mean, there's KRS-One, but I feel like maybe there's a connection issue in the sense of like connecting to the later generations, which you could argue for some of the other 80s rappers here. But definitely someone that
Top
deserves
tier
a
battle
shout.
rapper though as well.
For sure. Who else can we look at? I mean, that's who I had. I had Lil Wayne as someone else that could slot in here.
Lil Wayne's not going tier 4, bro. Let's stop being ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous here. Please don't do that to me. Anyone
Meth?
else?
Okay, you want to go Meth? We can go Meth.
You want to go Meth here?
We could do Meth.
So are we putting Raekwon in this pyramid though?
There's also Guru though.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do Guru.
You want to do Guru? Tier
Yeah, I
4?
want to do Guru. Let's do Guru.
Okay.
Why not? Tier 3, 6 spots. This is where we're gonna have to start being conservative, ladies and gentlemen.
This is where it's gonna get tough.
Guys, before we continue on with the rest of this episode, I wanted to give you guys a major update with what we're doing on Spotify, Apple, and other audio platforms. Lou, Nick, and I decided to drop a new content format where we're covering the hottest news of the music industry in a new setting. That's going to be every single Tuesday, and you guys can't get these conversations anywhere else. They're topics that we honestly don't cover on the YouTube. It's a completely different format than what we're doing on any other platform. So if you guys want to see this new content, all you guys have to do is go to any audio podcast sort of application that you want, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google Play, whatever your preference is, and we're uploading a new episode every single Tuesday. You guys can check out the links in the description. You guys will have full access to our podcast pages. But listen, I'm speaking highly of it, but I wanted to actually show you guys a little snippet of what we do every single Tuesday.
New Jay-Z album likely on the way. Cash Cobain was interviewed and said that he heard word that Jay-Z has something coming and that it's going to shake the world. And this comes about a month after Memphis Bleak was on Drink Champs and said that he was working with Jay-Z and that they were cooking new music. So I can't fucking wait for that to happen.
This is where it's going to start getting a bit crazy.
Okay,
So
Lil Wayne's going here, but I'm sorry, he's not going in those top 2 tiers.
no, that's fine.
Lil Wayne's got to come in.
Wayne's going to be coming in. Lil Wayne
has
goes
got to
here.
come in here.
If that's the case, I'm considering GFK here. GFK has to come in.
Yeah.
No way.
Ghostface can come in right now.
Okay. Now, Lil Wayne, GFK, those slots are filled up. Now I think we could put a Lauryn Hill into the tier 3.
That's so high for Lauren. Because we got to look at like who she's taking a place from, right? You have people like Black Thought that I feel like could come in around this range. He's in my top 10. I'm not putting him necessarily up there with the top 2 tiers, but I feel like in terms of just being an elite MC, his work with The Roots, the Streams of Thoughts albums, he's just a fucking machine. I feel like he's offered more as a rapper and is a bit more skillful than a Lauryn Hill, for example.
Yes, but also Lauryn Hill's a lot more versatile, opened up a whole completely different subgenre and sound to hip-hop as well. Commercial success for whatever that's worth. If we want to talk about dominance, I mean, it's not the only factor, but there is a certain element to it. Okay, what we could do is, honestly, I'd feel good putting both of them here, bro. Okay, how about this? I'll give you 4 run. We have 4 slots. You want to hear this?
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, Black Thought, MF Doom, and Ice Cube.
I'm with MF Doom.
You're with MF Doom?
I'm with MF Doom.
Okay,
It's just what about Yazos? That's my question.
Tier 2's looking nice for him, bro. Tier 2's looking nice for him.
MF Doom's a lock. You could put MF Doom in.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's fine. With that being said, then, how about the Ice Cube conversation?
Ice Cube is a good conversation.
Yeah, Ice Cube's a good conversation. No, fuck that. Ice Cube's going
Ice
here.
Cube's in.
Ice Cube's in. Crazy there's no Snoop Dogg or there's no like Eazy-E or like Nate Dogg that's coming in here.
Were you thinking about like just massive hip hop artists for the sake of like being on top of a pyramid like a Travis and Nicki Minaj? Like,
not in my opinion, no.
Yeah.
Again,
There's
like
too
this
much
is
lacking on the artistry side.
But you guys know how we run the channel and like how we feel about
Yeah.
the genre. Like, it's not to say that you guys are wrong for doing that. I mean, there is like an objective statistic. I mean, that's also a conversation in itself. But Yeah, I guess you could run your pyramids that way, but for Lou and I, we like to run them this way. It's also personal taste and what we feel like we value out of the genre.
Yeah.
No, I would not have them at the top of this pyramid. Absolutely not.
Kanye, man, I think Kanye goes here.
I think Kanye could go here.
I think Kanye can go in tier 2.
Because then once you get the tier 2 or tier 3?
Tier 3, I'm saying for Ye.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, just to remind you, Wayne, GFK, MF Doom, Ice Cube, and Kanye.
I feel comfortable with all of them being on the same level of greatness. Do
Yes,
you not?
absolutely.
Career-wise?
No, I agree with you, but now the question arises, we only have one slot
That-
left,
that's
and now
what-
we're going into
That's
tier
what
2.
I feel like before we finalize all of these tiers as we move our way into the end of it. I want to start looking at these tiers and having the conversation of like, okay, maybe tier 4 needs to be reduced by 1 because one of these guys isn't on the level of the others. I want to make sure that we have balance in our levels.
Okay,
you know what
that's
I mean? But
fine.
anyways, we'll come to that later.
Okay, but listen, if that's what you want to do, let's decide on the next spot for your tier 3.
Yeah,
And now we'll start like shuffling around a couple of placements.
for sure.
Number 6. Do you want to put Lauryn Hill as a placeholder?
Let's put Lauren there.
Okay.
That's fine.
So that's going to conclude, for now,
Yeah.
the first 3 tiers of this pyramid. Let's see what we could start moving around.
This is where it gets, you want to start moving shit around now or you want to keep on going?
I think we could start moving shit around now. Do you look at a Chuck D and Mos Def and ask yourself, could we swap that out?
Chuck D and Mos Def.
Could we put Chuck D down into the tier 5 selection and then we put Mos Def up into the tier 4? That's a good subset.
It's so tough to say because if Mos Def had a more like, if he had a longer catalog, I feel more comfortable doing that. It's just that
But bro, you're acting like he has no catalog.
I'm not
This
acting
guy
like
has 2 classics to his name.
He has
A
2
classic-
classics and he has an underground classic with the Ecstatic.
Yes. So
Yes, he does.
like
Chuck, Chuck D though, like it takes a nation of millions. Like that is another level. That's another echelon of classic.
yes, but who's a better MC? Like still skill and technicality.
Yeah, no, for sure. I give it the most.
Bro, I would do Mos Def into tier 4 and Chuck D down to
Fine.
tier 4.
I could agree with that.
You're cool with that?
I could agree with that.
Okay, so let me make these changes.
Another placement. Listen, rest in peace to Guru. I think that he, even with his monotone delivery, just had an impeccable presence. Super philosophical, super spiritual as an MC. He gelled with Primo, like
One of my
butter in a
favorite
pan.
hip-hop
But
groups
I'm looking at Prodigy underneath, and it's bothering me a little bit.
Yeah, it is bothering me as well. I'm even looking at Q-Tip as well. Q-Tip is a big criminal there. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I agree with you. I think like Prodigy, like going into the number 8 selection would be pretty good.
I think Prodigy has. I'm gonna make that change.
You're gonna make that
Yeah.
change, Lib? Okay, do it.
I think Prodigy has to go.
Honestly, I'm looking at tier 4, bro. There's not much else I would change.
Drake, Cole, Common, Lupe, DMX. This is solid.
This is really solid. And to be honest with you, looking at the tier 3, I wouldn't bring anyone from this list down to the tier 3,
No,
down
you
to the tier
can't
4.
do it. I
No,
mean,
you can't do
again, I could. I'll be honest with you. That Lauryn Hill placement, bro. I love Lauryn.
So then who would
Best
you put?
female MC of all time, without a doubt. That being said, I look at what Lupe's done. I look at what Scarface has done. There's quite a few people, to me,
Yeah, but it's just
that
not
rank
the
higher
it's
than
just,
a
it's just
Lauryn
not
Hill.
the quantity of the catalog, bro. It's also the quality of the records. You're talking about the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which is regarded as one of the best R&B hip hop blended fused albums of all time. It is probably the best of that category. She's inspired so many different artists to be able to be expressive and also go into different subgenres with the hip hop lean. Different production styles, bro. She's the best vocalist out of anyone on this fucking pyramid.
That
as
doesn't
well.
matter.
No, it does. But yes, because this is not a lyricist or discography conversation.
This is
This
rap
all around
greatness, rapper greatness, and I
Yes,
just feel
for
like
sure.
when you would make your top 50 rap albums of all time list, which is gonna come at some point in this channel, by the way, you
It's
would
up.
have top 50 rap albums of all time.
Oh,
You would never
yes.
did that. You would have the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill probably very close to some Lupe albums, to some Common albums, to something like The Diary by Scarface. All I'm saying is that they've done an album that is masterpiece level like The Miseducation, but they have even more to offer. They have more years, more active years of being dominant and rapping in the game.
Yes, but I could also bring it to another conversation which you like to have, and it's like, well, there's also some fluff in those catalogs. Looking at Lupe, he still released something like a Lasers. For me, the quantity doesn't necessarily always speak to the quality of the catalog. We know Lauren's
And
intentions with
Jay-Z
their
has the
album,
Blueprint 3, so...
but that's a completely different conversation. But Jay's going into tier 2 or even
one,
tier 1.
yeah.
For sure. Like, we're not having that. I'm just saying, when you really want to pick at it, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill would be Lupe's, and
This is criminal,
would be
bro.
Lupe's
This
best
is
album,
criminal.
and it would be Scarface's best album. The Diary or the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill?
Miseducation.
Okay. Food and Liquor or the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill?
Okay, but so one album is gonna trump like having
It would be their
multiple
best body of
classics?
work, bro. You could argue she had the best artistic output at a certain point for
It's
almost
tough
any
because
rapper,
some
bro.
people will also tell you like the Miseducation isn't even like a fully hip hop album, which is it's not.
But I could say the same thing for most of Drake's
That's what's
catalog,
beautiful
though.
about it. That's what's beautiful about it. But I'm just saying, as a pure rapper, being great as a rapper, they've been great for longer and a more consistent basis.
Okay, so let me
That's
ask
how
you
I'm
this then.
looking
I
at
look
it.
at Jadakiss's catalog and I'd be like, well, it's more hip hop focused. Let me put him over Drake. Drake's catalog, he doesn't even have a pure hip hop album, and he's in our tier 4. I just don't like that argument.
I'm just saying. To me, I value dominance. I value discography. How like longevity as well. Drake has way more classic albums than Jadakiss, who arguably has none.
Yeah, but you want to talk about longevity, bro? Anytime you still post something about Lauryn Hill releasing her second studio album, the whole fucking
This guy's
community's
not gonna
foaming
budge,
at the
guys.
mouth. No,
Okay,
I'm not budging, bro.
I don't know what to do.
No, Lauryn Hill's not fucking moving out of there.
We're
bro. There's no
gonna
way.
come back to it later. 'Cause
No
we're
way,
reaching
bro.
a stalemate here.
Okay, so listen, the last 3 tiers that we did,
Yeah,
they're sort of locked.
except for Lauryn Hill, bro. That's a bad take. That's a stinky take. To put her over some of the tier 4 rappers, I'm looking at. I'm like, this is nuts.
Why? Why is it nuts?
I explained to you why, bro.
And I explained to you why not. I gave you
hold on, let me
exactly- I
finish.
gave you great
Not
rebuttals.
only are there better rappers skill wise on this list, there's rappers with better discographies that have more classic albums. There's rappers that have more longevity in the game, more consistent years actively rapping on the mic. You're gonna tell me one album is gonna put it over those cases that I just made?
Okay, so then what are we doing with Biggie then? What are we talking about here, bro? You want to talk about short discographies? There's going to be people in the tier 2 position that have shorter discographies. Do I look at the length of a discography and say, well, listen, they were active more years and they have quote unquote more classics? Listen, I get the more classics conversation, but when you're talking about the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, to me, that's like almost a Ready to Die level album. It's not
It
gonna.
is, yeah, no,
So
I
listen,
get
bro.
you.
Like, let's stop fucking around here. Like, this is some of the best offerings that the genre has ever received.
And we're looking,
she's one-
and I look at that
Yeah.
too, and I look at albums like Tetsuo and Youth, and I look at Food and Liquor, and I look
Different
at the Cool,
echelon of
and I
rap.
look at the Cool.
No, but
Are
listen.
you kidding me?
No, I'm not disputing those albums, but we're having a different conversation here. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is here, and then the rest of Lupe's catalog is just right here, bro. I think it would be the best album out of everyone's fucking catalog in tier 4. There's no way, bro.
No, he's done it again and
Bro,
again too many times, bro.
there's
he's
no
done
way.
it too many times. He's dropped too many classic mixtapes. Looking at the Fahrenheit series, like he's done way too much. Anyways, let's keep on going.
Tier 2. Let's
Ant's
build
gonna
up.
be stubborn.
Yeah, let's do tier 2 now.
Tier 2. Listen, someone that I would have loved to have had in tier 1 that I just think that, his later career has damaged his ability to be there is Eminem.
Eminem's gonna be a lock
I think
in
Eminem's
tier 2.
tier 2, and
You could argue tier 1 though. One of the most skilled MCs of all
course,
time,
of course
commercial
he is.
ability. Yeah, like he's probably had one of the greatest legacies after, tier 1 would be a nice spot for him. Anyways, we'll see. Let's
We'll
continue
see.
filling this up. Tupac for sure.
I think Tupac and Biggie are on the same tier to me. I think that for a greatness tier, taking my own subjectivity out of it, just looking at what they contributed and how much of an impact they had. When you think of Tupac and Biggie, they're always compared. They're always on that same playing field. So
Yes, that is
I feel
correct.
like they belong there.
King of the South, Andre 3K has to be here, right?
I think Andre 3K is
I
gonna
think
have
Three
to be
Stacks
there.
has to enter the conversation at this point in time.
And now we're at a point where we only have one spot left in tier 2.
Yes, sir.
And a total of 3 spots left in tier 1. Andre 3K, Biggie, Tupac, Eminem.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you want to do here.
I want to say this.
Would you put a Kendrick here?
That's what I wanted to get to.
You want to put Kato here?
I do not want to put him there. I don't.
Ah,
I don't want to put him there.
you don't think so? Why is this?
Is
Okay,
this a
let's have the
conversation we're gonna have?
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Okay.
Like, okay, we both included him in our top 10 rappers of all time.
Yeah.
For me, the only rappers that I had above him, and this is before everything that had happened, was Wayne, Three Stacks, Kanye, and then it was Eminem, Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas Big.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, and I had him at number 5 in 2023. I ranked him at number 5, and obviously he's done a lot more to level up greatness wise.
So then tier 2
since.
has to be here. bro.
Dropped another amazing album, won the biggest rap battle of all time. And I just feel like I was thinking about it and I'm like, when I compare him to the other rappers that would land in tier 1, right? Looking at, can we just say who it is? We know who it's going to be. It's going to be Jay and it's going to be Nas.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'm going to add those in right now.
Lock them in. We know it's going to be them.
That's fine.
So I was just thinking about it. I'm like, when I'm looking at Kendrick's first 6 albums, because that's how far deep he is, and I look at Nasir Jones's first 6 albums, and I look at Hove's first 6 albums, I'm like, bro, he can literally not only retire right now and have one of the best hip-hop careers of all time, he is literally on pace, just quality-wise, to surpass them in terms of how phenomenal each album is one after another.
You want to put him tier 1.
And I think that what's interesting about Kendrick is that there is a larger gap in distance between him and his peers than maybe any other decade that we've seen.
Yeah, but that's competition level. That's just quality of the league. You could say that kind of also plays in as a positive for the other rappers that we have here. By the way, just as a disclaimer, Lou, we had the same top 3 when we did our top 50 rappers. I want to bring this up as a conversation because it's going to be very important when we do the rest of this pyramid. Nas, Biggie, Jay. It literally was the same thing for you and I. 1, 2, 3. So then why isn't Biggie in tier 1 then?
Again, when I'm looking at a rapper pyramid of greatness, I'm looking at longevity a little bit more. I'm looking at how long you were at the top of the pyramid, or how long it felt like you dominated hip hop. I know that, but it's the same reason why with Lauryn Hill having the very short career, that period of greatness was just a bit shorter. That's the nature of the kind of format that we have in front of us. Kendrick has been dominating hip-hop and serving us incredible albums, incredible moments, even during his off years, giving us moments like Control for 15-plus years. Being that great, that consistently.
Yeah, he's the best West Coast rapper of all time. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Yeah, absolutely.
To me, I think that he's moved into this echelon, bro, of being compared to the Nas and the Jay-Z's.
You're right, too. Crazy touring history as well. Put on some of the biggest tours of all time. The live audience shit is fucking crazy. Classic albums. You could argue To Pimp a Butterfly and GKMC would be some of the best albums in both of these catalogs.
Yeah. I think the only thing that, again, maybe holds him back a little bit is saying, oh, well, maybe he hasn't influenced as many rappers. Well, I mean, even if you look at some other rappers that are on this pyramid as a whole, they haven't maybe had the greatest influence on other MCs, but we'll have to see. It's early for Kendrick. I don't want to make that hold him down.
K-Dot's been carrying the West Coast for a long time, bro.
I know.
What do we talk? He's been the poster boy for like the past, I would say, 15 years? No, 2011, so 14 years at this point.
So you're good with that?
I'm good, dude. He's my favorite artist of all time. I really don't give a fuck. I could put him there.
There you go.
All right, looking at this pyramid now. So it's officially complete. There's one spot missing for tier 2. There's one spot missing for tier 2. Is there anyone from tier 3 that could come in?
Lauryn Hill.
I think Kanye could be in conversation here, bro.
Yeah, I think Kanye, I don't mind Kanye being on that level.
Greatness,
what about MF Doom though?
No, I think Kanye has a better catalog than MF Doom. You could argue that obviously MF Doom, it's not even an argument, is obviously a better lyricist, but no, greatness-wise, if this is like the
greatness-wise, Kanye.
Yeah, and like looking at tier 2, Eminem, Tupac, Biggie, 3 Stacks, and Kanye. Like that's a fucking sick tier 2.
That frees up a spot in tier 3 now.
If you want to do it, we'll put Lupe
Let's
here.
get Lupe on the same level.
Fuck
Come
it.
on,
so
man.
both of us are happy. I get my Lauren pick, and then you get your Lupe Fiasco pick. And then, bro, I think we're pretty much done.
Well,
at this
no,
point.
we got to go backwards now. We have a spot in tier 4. Who should move up in tier 5, if anybody?
Q-Tip looks a bit off in there, bro.
Q-Tip's looking a bit strange.
Yeah.
There's also Pusha T that's looking a bit like,
I go Q-Tip.
Yeah, let's do Q-Tip.
Yeah, like you want to talk about a DIY like rapper?
Let's do Q-Tip.
And building out that whole fucking model? It's literally him.
Other options for this tier 5, we could do a KRS-One. We could do.
I don't want to force anything either.
Do we have Method Man?
Oh, did we put Meth in?
I don't think Meth ended up cracking anything.
Oh my god.
Did he?
No, if GFK's tier
3. Is Ray even in here?
No. We need more Wu members.
We don't have Ray or we don't have Ray or Meth.
I feel better with Meth.
Better with Method Man?
Yeah, I think Method Man needs to be.
That's fine. I would go Ray. Only built for Cuban Links Part 1 and 2. Has some of the greatest verses in the Wu-Tang's history, but it's up to you.
We could do Meth.
Listen. Fuck no. I budge for Lauryn Hill. We're putting Ray Quan in here.
What do you mean you budge, bro? Q-Tip. Sorry, Mos Def is still sorry, not Mos Def.
Lupe's on the same level. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that I still feel like there's rappers that should be above, but
Okay, so then Method Man and Chuck D have to have a conversation, and so does Method Man and LL Cool J. Like, bro, like, no way. Not fucking putting LL Cool J over Method Man in this conversation.
First rap star of all time.
I don't give a fuck. I'm all worried, bro.
Musically, fine.
Yeah, no, are we serious or
what? LL Cool J bounces.
Method Man deserves to be. Okay, this is sick.
This might be the lock, guys.
This might be the lock.
Tier 1. The GOAT Pyramid Tier 1. Is everyone on the same level here, too? Nas, Jay-Z, and Kendrick. Is anyone above anyone?
No, we're good.
I think I like this as it is.
I think I like it as it is.
And I don't think Tier 2, the only person where I'm like, maybe this guy deserves to be a notch higher. There's only one, really, that I could look at and say it for. I think you know who it is.
Who, for Tier 2?
Yeah.
Who would it be? 3 Stacks?
He's the only one where it's like it's biting my ass a little bit. Where I'm like,
but at the same time, like everyone kind of balances each other out here. Because I could say the same thing for Eminem.
I know.
Eminem had the best prime, arguably, out of any of these rappers. Kanye has the best catalog of all time. Biggie, Tupac, very self-explainable. Like,
yeah.
No, I'm cool with the Tier 2. I think this was fair. We built this out fair. The Tier 3 is awesome.
Tier 3 is fucking
like
great.
Now that I'm looking at it, this is great.
I love the Tier 3. Yeah, it's good. Besides, Lauren maybe is a bit high, but I'll take it. We'll take it.
Tier 4. Drake and Cole in Tier 4 is interesting.
Why, you think they might need to be higher?
No, but
lower?
It's good. No, it's good.
Why is it interesting to you?
It's because like you look at a J. Cole and it's like you put Cole over a GFK, for example.
I don't think so.
All right, we'll keep it as this. Yeah, so Tier 4 looks like this guy's Drake, Cole, Common, Q-Tip, DMX, Scarface, Mos Def, and Prodigy.
I think this is the fucking pyramid,
guys.
Bro.
I think this is the lock. Luke, good job.
Good
Bang.
Shit, man.
Fucking knuckle sandwich right here.
Bang. There you go.
Little knuckle sandwich. Guys, let us know how we fucking did.
Yes, sir.
Hyped. I like this a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know where we got it right, where we got it wrong, and which pyramid should we do next? Songs, albums? Is this a format you guys even fuck with? Let me know in the comment section, guys, and smash the like button if you did enjoy this episode. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.